Hey, welcome back to another edition of The Driver Mechanic. Today what we're going to do is an upper radiator hose replacement. I had initially thought that I had a busted radiator, which when I replaced 2 years ago, which you can see in one of my previous videos back in 2009. I had taken it to the dealer and they said they had filled it up, but of course there was no fluid in the radiator. So I thought it was a radiator cap, so what I did was I replaced the radiator cap, and it didn't help. It was still leaking, so I did the next thing, which was do a compression test. And I couldn't get the tool from my local auto parts dealers because the ones they had wouldn't fit this small bore radiator cap. So I did the next best thing. I took a compression tester, a vacuum hose tester, and what I did was I attached it to the return line for the coolant into the radiator bottle. So what I did was I pulled the vacuum and I started listening for the bubbles. And so I narrowed it down to was this part, the radiator hose. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and replace that. You need some simple tools: screwdriver, pliers, vice grips if you want. You can even use an 8mm Allen or socket wrench there, and you need to pull out both ends. And of course, as usual, you need to be careful with what you drain out. You want to catch that. I'm going to do that down there below. So take off the upper part first. There's some radiator fluid in there, so you want to get that out and not spill any on the floor, because you probably have, like me, cats and dogs and the occasional squirrels, raccoons, and possums. And the last thing you want is one of them ending dead in your yard. Take the O-ring clamp out, and then twist and pull the upper radiator hose out. And that right there is where the thermostat is housed, underneath there. It's not attached to this piece right here. There's some dirt in there and rust. I'm sure that's from years of buildup. But just go ahead and compare the two, make sure you got the right kind. Here. They look about the same. They may need a little trimming, but it should fit pretty much right on top of each other. Alright. Sometimes you may need to use a PVC pipe cutter to trim the hose down to make it fit. My piece was maybe about 1.5 inches to 2 inches too long, so use a PVC pipe cutter from your sprinkler system and cut it the exact same way you would cut a PVC. But of course, as usual with all cuttings, measure twice, cut once.